it, man. She played Agent Fisher. Give it up for Jill Marie Jones. He played Pablo. Give it up for Ray Santiago.
What up, New York?
Ladies and gentlemen, your showrunner for Ash vs. Evil Dead, Craig DiGregorio. This lucky sumbitch gets to play one of the most exciting play boxes, sandboxes ever created, and they were created by two of the people coming out tonight, ladies and gentlemen. They're coming out right now. Give it up. You saw him before. The man directed tonight's episode. He's the executive producer. He's the mastermind behind everything that's both evil and dead. Give it up for the legend, Sam Raimi. And of course, man, there's no Groovy without the man himself. Give it up to Groovy Bruce Campbell! Okay, as you can hear, it went over like gangbusters.
We can almost start. You forgot the only beautiful woman in the building, Dana DeLorenzo.
There she comes, Dana DeLorenzo. She's beautiful.
I'm sorry. Let's give it up for Kelly Dana DeLorenzo. Okay, as you heard, went over like gangbusters. I watched from the side. As an enthusiastic fan from the beginning, I love seeing it all come to life again. Believe me, I sat there going like, oh my Lord, maybe we should do Clerks vs. the Evil Dead. It looks so fun. You guys got to go back and play and bring new friends into it, and y'all fit into it so perfectly. As a longtime fan, nothing up there is inauthentic. It's so Evil Dead. Tell me how it comes together. How long in the making was this series, Sam or Bruce?
Well, my brother Ivan and I were writing an Evil Dead sequel for a long time, but there was supposed to be a movie. And then I think Bruce and Rob and myself got together and realized we could never get the money we needed to make this picture. No one would probably give it to us. And then Rob said, I've been doing a lot of work in TV, and their standards have lowered quite a bit. So maybe it's time for an Evil Dead TV show. And Rob had been very successful in TV, so I said, okay, if they can let us really make what we want for the crowd, because they want a very particular thing, and collaboration, compromise wouldn't really have worked in this case. There've been three of them, and the audience is, bloodthirsty. They need an insane amount of gore. They need this blowhard in the lead, and
This would not have worked anywhere else other than Stars. And I'm not saying that officially as a company man, even though I am. The idea is you got to subscribe to get this show. You'd pay for it in a movie theater anyway, and if you got in for free cable with your basic cable package, it would suck ass because it would not be this. Because the only way you can see an unfiltered Evil Dead movie is through Stars, and that's why we went with them.
Now, let's give it up for Stars, ladies and gentlemen. This was exciting and thrilling as hell. As a hardcore fan, though, I'm wondering, because I know you all shot where? This is what I found interesting. I found out backstage. Where'd you guys shoot all this?
Lucy's backyard.
Auckland, New Zealand, man. Like, it looks just like America. Go figure. Beautiful. Translates well. Here's my big question, though. The home base where you shot originally, the cabin was in Tennessee. Are we ever going to see the cabin in the series? Is there ever a return to it?
I don't believe we're allowed to answer that question.
No, really? That's good enough. That's an answer right there.
It is, isn't it?
Oh my Lord. Oh my God, you guys are having such a good time. You're jumping all into this. You've worked with these cats for years now. You've been married to Rob for a while. Rob goes back with these guys to the very beginning. What was it like jumping into Evil Dead world? You've been in a lot of worlds, man, but what's it like coming to this one?
Yeah, I was about to sign on another gig, and the chance to play Ruby Noby in Avid, Ash vs. Evil Dead came up, and I was like, see you later, guys. It was just such a no-brainer to work with Sam and Rob and my darling Bruce. It's an unbeatable offer, and but people have asked me today if we do any tip our hat to Zine or something. It's like, no, you don't want. You gotta. This world is so distinct. You can't be throwing anything else in that mix. It's perfect. This balance, right? So it's a beautiful thing. So
I don't believe you. I bet you sometime before the end of season 1, you're like or something like that.
Not even one.
Really?
No.
Oh man. Let me talk to Craig. This is. We met backstage very briefly. We chit chatted. So right away, I'm like, wow, this is common people. Like, how amazing is it for you? Grow up watching this stuff and then one day be in the midst of it with everybody, including people that create it. Sometimes, people create something and then other people pick it up and take it forward. You're there with the people who are there digging the trench, man. What is that like?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, you walk into such a long time friendship, and at first you figure, oh my God, these guys are not going to accept anything I say, and they're just the best collaborators. They're great. The interesting thing you were talking about earlier, when you see that camaraderie, the other side of it is Sam loves to torture Bruce on set, so I got to walk into that as well. So anytime there's any sort of...
Give an example. What kind of torture are we talking about?
Well, Bruce, he choked on blood a bunch, almost drowned in it one time. He got blinded.
You were waterboarding the man with blood, for heaven's sakes?
The audience loves it when Bruce suffers. So I was just trying to give the kids what they want out there, for crying out loud.
And for you, I imagine it's part of your legacy, your foundation. Your whole career begins with abusing Bruce. So it would stand to reason that even now you're like, yeah, let's keep abusing the guy. Do you ever stand up and be like, I don't want to be abused, man?
Don't worry, it'll end his career. That's how he started.
I'll tell you, whose career is unkillable, sir, is yours, man. And now, whether it's Briscoe County, Burn Notice, whatever, man,
I'm just sort of like a bad chick that keeps coming back.
Talk to us a little bit about longevity in a business where people say they want longevity, but then they'll grow tired of you. Like, they love you until they're like, I don't want to see you anymore, but you've been here for a long time, and people never don't love you. You go places, packed buildings and stuff like that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Longevity?
I'm a little nervous about this show, because every time I star in a TV show, it lasts one season. And every time I'm the second fiddle, it's on for a fucking decade. So, I'm sorry. Give me 2 or 3 seasons, for Christ's sake. Please, just please. I will say this here in front of all these people. We are committed to as many years as you demand that we give you. And if it's 3, 4, 5, you got it. You got it. Kevin, I was saying this to folks, that over 12 years, we made one of these movies in the 70s, one of them in the 80s, one of them in the 90s. We don't exactly crank these things out. So, if you really want more evil, more dead, television is the place to do it, because in 4 months, we've shot 5 hours of new material instead of 12 years for 4.5 hours of material. So TV's where it's at. If you want Evil Dead, it's television, because it's the only way you can get the massive quantity that you demand is television.
And what I dig too is when you go and look at the arc of the series of movies. First one, hardcore horror film. Second one, we start seeing the sense of humor. Third one, the sense of humor and the horror are playing side by side. It feels like, of all the 3 Evil Deads, what is the tone you're closest matching with the series?
Sam?
Well, I think it's somewhere between Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. but it has, I think, some of the horror of Evil Dead 1. We're trying to make the horror intense, the demons real.
You didn't leave any blood out, man. That's what I was very happy about. I mean, it's like watching porn, arcing ropes of jism and blood. It really, like, brought it. Like, I was so happy. I was like, only at a place like Stars, man, could you be like, look at this. Let me talk to the new kids on the block, man. We're talking to Jill, Dana, and Ray. You guys, as you can hear, it's a tall order to step into. The world's been established. We love Ash and whatnot. You guys all entered well done, man. The audience loved you. I was sitting there and listening to everybody get reactions and stuff. That's got to feel good. Is it intimidating to enter the playground, or are you like, oh, I'm going to bring something special to this?
It was a bit scary because, I mean, you know, the legacy. It was a bit scary, but I was really happy that I'm not wearing shoes that had been filled before. I'm not reprising a role. So there was no creative limitation, so I got to find her. And thank you to these guys. Bruce was our leader we followed, and we were just having a great time.
Do you love the action-y stuff, or is it like, I imagine you love the actor-y stuff, but the action-y stuff is always
I didn't know something about myself. I felt like a 13-year-old boy with that gun. I was like, I like it. I'm like, what? Blood? More, please. I was enjoying myself.
Is that what a 13-year-old boy feels like?
What?
The little gun monsters? Right? It pulls out. Once somebody's just like, pretend to do something active, you're like, oh, this is all I want to do. And then when somebody's like, do something for real, you're like, this is tiring. But in a movie, it's fun. Fun as heck.
No, for sure. Just only on the TV show.
Right. What about you, sir? You got some big laughs tonight, man. You had one of the major kills, too.
Thank you. I'm
You
so
show
happy.
up with the shovel, too, man. Like that's,
What was that?
You show up with the shovel. That's important in our mythos.
Oh, I show up anytime he needs me. I got his back. I'm so happy to be in New York City because I'm born and raised in New York. So happy to be in New York. So happy that the world premiere of our show is here at New York Comic Con. You know, when I was a kid, I wanted to be the guy being chased by the monster, and I wanted to be the superhero killing the monster. And now I get a chance as an adult to basically do what I did playing around as a kid, but for work. And I kind of made a promise to Sam when we were in a room, and I said, I'll do whatever you want. Just cover me in as much blood as possible. I'll run through the wilderness naked, running from deadites, whatever you want. And we made a pact, and I'm holding to that. So
He kept saying the naked thing.
you better watch and find out. I'm just really glad and lucky that they trusted us and saw that we could essentially be a part of the future of Evil Dead. So thank you so much.
Dana, you play.
You remembered me. You remembered me.
I finally did. My bad. But I'll never forget you now, especially after the show, because you play one of my favorite things in the world, a clerk.
Yes.
How was it, man? How was it to join the cast? And then, like, you know, your story arc begins one way, and then boom, goes in a whole different direction.
Absolutely. This is so surreal, and this is fantastic. It's a dream come true, and I think you really couldn't ask for a better creative team. Sam and Bruce really did welcome us newbies, and Sam especially was so creative and so collaborative in making sure that we were part of this process, and I think that's a very rare thing that we got to experience. And these two were so passionate because of the fans' loyal love for this many years. I've never experienced anything like this, guy. I mean, I have a front row seat to the greatest rock concert of all time. I mean, the rock stars. And in terms of the storyline I get to play, I love Kelly because she's a badass in the making. And, you know, her and Ash get off to a little bit of a rocky start. She's a little unimpressed at first, but then when she sees him in his chainsaw-wielding glory, she can't help but be in awe. And so
It's always about size, isn't it? Of the chainsaw,
Yeah, of course. Of course. So, yeah, he welcomed us with his wooden hand, and I'm just so happy to be here and part of Team Ash, for sure.
Let me ask this. The Deadites, one of my favorite cinematic creations of all time, very cruel, will inhabit a loved one and make you come to life and say horrible things to you and stuff. Now, generally in the movies, you had like 90 minutes a pop to do it. Now you get this canvas writ large. How far are you going to take Deadites this time around? We've seen some CG heads blowing up and whatnot. What else can we look forward to as we fight the dead?
Well, I'm going to turn you over to Craig for the showrunner to answer that question.
Fair enough.
He's really going to be writing the stories moving forward.
Is that right? So you're taking over, you're doing it. Who wrote the first one?
Well, my brother and I, and Craig helped us, and we took ideas from all the writers in the writer room and incorporated them into that piece.
So what are we going to do to escalate the Deadites?
I think my favorite part of the whole season involves a deli slicer. So there's a really good deli slicer scene. I don't know. I mean, is that a good answer?
That is a phenomenal answer, especially someone who worked in a deli, man. Oh, that's phenomenal. All right, I can sit up here and geek out all day, but let's turn it over to you guys before they throw us out. Are there microphones in the audience?
Oh, can I ask the audience a question?
Absolutely, ask
I did this
away.
on Facebook yesterday because everyone has their different opinions on which movie they like the most.
Done and done.
Can I just see which, like, if you're an Evil Dead 1 person, raise your hand.
Let's do it, man. Evil Dead 1, throw your hands together real hard.
Okay, now Evil Dead 2.
Evil Dead 2.
All right, Army of Darkness. Well, thank you.
Would you have guessed
That was
Sam?
honestly just research.
A little bit of research. Good. You got a room full of people, willing people. Sam, would you have guessed that that was the excitement level? It seemed like Army of Darkness got the biggest reaction.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know what the crowd was going to say, but you guys are a great audience. I couldn't ask for a better premiere audience than this crowd. You guys are great fans, and you made us feel so good. Thank you so much for that great response. It's awesome.
Let's start right here, and then we'll jump over here. You first, sir.
Surreal being so close to you. So my question is for Mr. Raimi.
Talking to me? Who are you talking to? Talking to him.
Well, both of you. But my question is for Mr. Raimi and Mr. Campbell. Much like the two of you, I'm a massive, massive Three Stooges fan, and I was so glad to see more of that type of comedy incorporated. The light bulb scene was wonderful. How do you continue to incorporate the Three Stooges style comedy into the show? Is that something the new showrunner will continue? Because that's very much...
First of all, a test to see how big of a Three Stooges fan you are.
I won't get it right.
When they made the shorts.
Okay.
Who threw the pies?
I don't know.
You son of a bitch! Security. You're an imposter, sir. Does anyone out here know who threw the pies? Who?
Mo.
Who? Mo! The hell is wrong with you, for God's sake? All right. What's your lame question? Oh, you already asked the question. Oh, you already asked it. Why are you still standing there? How are you continuing to involve the Three Stooges, which you don't know anything about, in the movies and the show?
I could probably say anything and he wouldn't know.
No, you wouldn't. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. How about over here? You'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand in the back. My fucking knees hurt.
Step lightly, kid. Here you go.
This is gonna go swell. First of all, thank you all for being here. That was really, really awesome. Right, guys? That was awesome. So, my question is for Bruce. So, stick with me. I'm 24. I'm tired of coming to Comic-Con single every year. Just stay with me. Stay with me. This isn't going someplace weird.
We're going to take care of that first thing first.
Where are we going with this, pal?
If I ever got the chance in life to ask the king himself for ladies' advice, I was going to take it. So I was hoping you could give me some advice about how to change my current situation.
Yeah. I appreciate your confidence in my abilities. Tell me something about yourself. Like, do you have a thing called a job?
Yes, I do.
You got a job?
I have 2 jobs.
2 jobs?
Yes.
What are they?
I do guest relations at the Ripley's Museum. In
Guest
Times
relations
Square.
at which museum?
At Ripley's, believe it or not.
Ripley's, believe it or not. I believe it.
Thank you. You're also welcome to not believe it. It's up to you. And I also...
What's your second job?
My second job is I'm a merchandise associate for various Broadway shows.
A merchandise associate.
Yeah.
What the flying hell is
It's
that?
it's just a fancy way to say I sell t-shirts and mugs at like Broadway musicals.
You should have just said that.
Okay,
so, and do you consider, what's your finest skill? Do you have a skill, do you have sexual prowess?
I'm very much into the ladies.
You're very much into the ladies. Now, step up a little closer here and then face out. Face out. Take your hat off. All right, now ladies, what's your name?
My name is Jeremy Ween.
Okay, we don't need your last name. That's okay. All right, Jeremy. Ladies, take a look. He looks kind of sweet. You got any like karate moves you could show the ladies? Yeah, all right. I can't personally help you beyond that, but ladies, just know he's not a random guy. He's been vetted by me. Your chance of being killed by this man, I suppose, are as good as anybody else. But give him a shot, what the heck. Thank you. Big round of applause for our Good luck, my friend. You're next.
Hi, how you doing, everybody? This is a question for the showrunners, Sam, Bruce, Craig. Will you be revisiting the future Evil Dead?
Is in time
As in,
time
yeah,
travel.
time travel. Yeah, right. The special edition end of Army of Darkness.
I'd say don't rule it out. I can't give away too much, but maybe not right away, but definitely don't rule it out.
Thank you.
Over here, my friend.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the series. Actually, when I first saw that first Evil Dead when I was 13, it made me want to be a horror director, and I'm now going to school for digital filmmaking. And my question for Bruce and Sam. When you shot the original Evil Dead, I know you used a lot of very unpractical effects. How much plan did that take? Like, I know one of them was for making a leg move, you shoved a fish in a hollow leg, I heard, make it flop. Like, how long did it take you to really come up with those ideas?
Well, everybody contributed in the first Evil Dead picture to all the creative ideas, and most of that time for mechanical effects was spent by great Tom Sullivan, makeup designer and special effects guru, and he molded all those body parts, all mechanical, no CGI, obviously, it's before that, and it took a lot of time to shoot them. You'd sometimes get an effect already, and then suddenly you'd see the blood tube, and then you tell the guy, we gotta tuck the blood tube back, and suddenly blood starts leaking through the prosthetic, and then we'd have to take it away and do it all over again. So they're very time-consuming, very slow, but very rewarding, because the audience really seems to get into those, the art, the craft of making those body parts and the prosthetics and the molding. I think they really appreciate that. Slowly, it's becoming a lost art, but I think the audience really appreciates that with CG.
And for the most part, we tried to stick to practical effects for the series. You know, sometimes it's not always possible, but we tried to.
Thank you very much.
Over to you, sir. Ma'am. Over to you, ma'am. Sorry, my bad.
No biggie, no biggie. First of all, Bruce, we all know how badass you are. So badass.
Go easy on her.
But
Who are you today, by the way?
I am Jill. It is a pleasure to meet you.
No, who's your character? What do you just
I
asked?
am Kirito from SAO.
Yep, I knew that.
But will any of the badass ladies take the mantle of the chainsaw?
Boo!
That's a good question.
That's kind of a good idea. We should probably do that. Look, we already had that idea, okay? We will now. That was a good idea.
It's useful, man. You're getting the next season pre-written by this crowd. Sir, over to you.
So first off, I'd like to thank Bruce and Sam and Ivan for giving kids in Michigan a hero we could identify with, and for making us terrified of the woods up north. But my question is, the premiere really seemed to call back a lot to the original film and Evil Dead 2, and I'm wondering if the events of Army of Darkness are ever going to play in, and if Ash is ever going to casually drop, like, yeah, this one time I traveled back in time, whatever, get out of here, leave me alone, or something.
That's a good question. We don't technically have the right to pull from newly introduced ideas that are in Army of Darkness. We only have the right to base this on the first two Evil Deads. So maybe one day we'll be able to make that rights deal, but right now we couldn't get those rights, and so we based it on what we could.
So this you have to realize too, over time, these are 3 movies made by 3 different companies. So just on a legal basis, the fact that it got this far is fairly astounding because of how these things can get bogged down just in legalities. So sometimes if you see a sequel and something's weird, it could be because there's some weird stuff they were not allowed to use or say.
That's why we're in Value Mart, not S-Mart or something like that?
Well, it's a multinational corporation that was bought out. These happen all the time.
That's a writer right there, man.
It's true. It's true.
All right, let's jump on over here.
All right, so that kind of just answered my question. I was going to ask if there's any sort of potential tie-in with the remake that you guys did.
Are you Deadpool mixed with Ash?
Yeah, Evil Deadpool.
Evil Deadpool.
Or Bruce Campbell.
Wow, well, that's something you don't see every day.
No, not at all. Every day at Comic-Con, maybe. But yeah, so that was that. So second question,
buddy.
Can I get a picture with you? Sir?
Yeah, if you want to waste 2,400 people's time, yeah. No.
All right.
We'll have it right here. We'll have this mental image. Let's just take a minute.
Hi, I'm Mike from New Jersey. First of all, I want to say, Bruce, I love that suit jacket. That's really awesome. Second of all, I think I speak for everyone else in the room when I say that first episode was everything an Evil Dead fan could hope for and absolutely so much more. My question is for you guys. So when you're working on the set and you know you have Bruce's legacy to kind of work with the movies, do you find yourself enjoying it more to watch Bruce do his thing, or when it's your turn to be the badass?
I personally loved watching Bruce do his thing because no one can deliver a one-liner like Bruce Campbell. And let me tell you, I'm saying this totally sincerely to any of you who are looking for some new Ash Williams classic one-liners. They are coming. They are coming. You guys will have a whole new slew of quotes to quote. And he is back and better than ever, even if he's wearing a man girdle. Doesn't stop him. Not now. I don't think now. He wears it well.
You can learn a lot from Bruce.
Thank you, D'Artagnan. I appreciate it.
As you can see, he's very entertaining. And he's our leader, so we follow the leader and then learn all the tricks along the way, and then we all hold our own down the line. But yeah, I'm really, really happy to be working with him and being able to watch him because I just learned so much, like how to hit my mark.
By the way, Ray, I've never won any acting awards ever.
Why?
Yeah. So maybe you shouldn't watch me as close as you think you should.
It's not about acting awards, it's about going to work every day, and I learned how to work hard every day by watching you.
I don't want to die, so I gotta say what I gotta say.
It always starts at the top.
Yeah.
It starts at the top.
All right, thank you.
Hi. I just wanted to say, first off, what's up to Kevin? Tusk haunts my dreams, so good job.
What's in that cup? What's in that cup?
Beer. I'm actually 27 and not a child. I'm Gertie, and my brother's back there is Elliot from E.T. with the little E.T. in a basket.
Oh, that's your cosplay? That's awesome, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Alligators in the sewer.
Exactly. That's what. Yes.
And Gertie drank too, huh? Too soon.
You made that cosplay too real.
Pablo kind of alluded to this before, and Bruce, you've been working with Sam for so long, but is there anything for the rest of the actors that you read on the script, in the script, or you kind of look at it and you're like, ooh, I don't know about this, and you get really nervous about it before shooting? Bruce, you can answer as well.
Do I get nervous about the crap that I read in the scripts? No, I get pissed off because I know it's going to happen. I can't stop it. There's nothing, it's like, I'm pre-dreading. That's why I never read the scripts.
Cool, that's awesome. Any?
I remember talking to Sam and I said, you know what, I just want to spend about 45 minutes inside that mine. I don't think I can handle an hour, but 45 minutes, he was like, you don't want to go in there.
Yeah, I mean, every time we would get the script, anytime, Craig did such a good job with the writers of making this such an action-packed, kick-ass 30 minutes. I mean, you blink and it's over. And so anytime I got to do some stunts, and they made Kelly, you know, they kicked Kelly's ass a little bit to make her a badass in the making. I got psyched because, I mean, I tripped on the red carpet today. So getting to fall and get hurt on wires with choreography and mats, that's a thrill because I fail at life, but I do pretty good with stunts.
All looks great in the first episode. Thank you, guys.
First off, I wanted to say thank you for that. That was amazing getting to see that. It was a great surprise. My questions for the showrunners and for Ray in particular. They kind of allude that Pablo's character seems to kind of know a little bit more about what's going on than they kind of hint. I'm wondering if we get to see his character evolve into more than a sidekick.
He evolves into something. No, he does. Somewhere back there, he realizes that this guy is fit to fight all these monsters. I don't know how, but yeah, during the season we do visit some parts of his past, and it sort of informs where he's going a little bit more.
I love the looks that Ray's giving me.
So bad, I want to tell you. I think, you know, Pablo idolizes Ash, and you know, he doesn't want to be like him, but he learns that he could be whatever man he wants to be. He learns from him the kind of hero that he wants to be. And he learns to embrace his cultural background, which I think we sort of explore him sort of running from. And I think all the characters are running from something, and then we see them all sort of accept it and become an elevated version of themselves. And so, yeah, you're definitely going to get to see this sidekick grow into something else.
And in a way, the show is kind of about like these three people that have nobody sort of coming together through the course of the season.
It's kind of like Evil. It's kind of like Evil Dead: The Next Generation. So
for sure.
Thank you. Over to you. Excellent cosplay, by the way, Mr. Wilson Fisk. That's phenomenal. Nobody ever came close. There you go.
First off, hi everybody. I'm gonna say, Lucy, I love you.
I love you too.
And I just wanted to know how much of a badass do you get to be on this season of Ash vs. Evil Dead?
This is probably the toughest character I've ever played, actually. So she hooks up with Amanda Fisher, my hot friend here. And we go on a road trip, Thelma and Louise style, and hunt him and his goober friends down. So, bad times are coming. Ruby does a bit of a slow, you know, she does a bit of a slow burn, but by the end, she's a whole mess of trouble with Ash.
Ruby doesn't have a fucking clue. All right? This is what the writers are telling you, lady. Jibber jabber, blah 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 blah. Ruby's either gonna get in line or down the road, baby. There's only one way, and that's Ash's Highway.
Bring it, lady.
Come on, that's what you got. What you got? Huh? I guess I told her, huh? Great question, though, sir. Great question.
Look what you started and then just walk away. No, you're good. Walk away. How are you, sir? Over to you.
Pretty good. First of all, Kevin, snickety snort.
I don't know what that means. So, yeah, snickety snooch to you. What are the?
First of all, yeah, I'm the tattoo guy, the Evil Dead tattoo guy.
Very nice.
Oh, he's got Evil Dead tattoos all over his arm.
How well do you think that the timing is for the show, considering the recent insurgence of the retro feel to everything? 80s has come back hard. As far as film goes, everybody's trying to make an 80s horror movie or something modeled after what Sam envisioned so many years ago.
I don't know if there was a question in that or not. I'm not too sure.
I was saying, like, basically, like, the timing-wise of the show, how perfect do you think it is with the retro resurgence?
You mean our flashbacks in this, or just the style?
Well, just stylistic-wise.
Yeah, we wanted to make it seem like it was another one of those chapters that the audience had already experienced for Evil Dead, so it kind of has an older-fashioned presentation style, and a lot of the dressing reflects the fact that Ash really hasn't grown as a human being or a character in the last 35 years. And, you know, they say art imitates life. And that's kind of what we did.
Before you go, I just wanted to say, because I know what you're saying and what you're asking, and I just, I feel like it's a great time because it's a half-hour single camera, you know, comedy with the horror element, with the nostalgia that, you know, Sam created with the new kids, and it's all encompassing. And I don't think that there's a horror show out there that is doing that is a half-hour, you know, single camera comedy type of situation. So I think it is the perfect time for everybody to be watching this show.
Absolutely. That's why there's only one dead, not walking away from the dead.
Exactly, my friend.
Thank you. Sam, let me ask you this, man, because I'm just curious as a filmmaker myself. You haven't returned to these characters since Army of Darkness. This is the first time you directed Evil Dead since Army of Darkness. What was it like going back to familiar territory with a whole new bag of tricks? Like, as I watched the trailer sequence, I was like, oh, the trailer is the new version of the house. Like, look at all they could do. You did what you used to, but you did it in small, confined spaces. What was it like to return to the world for you personally? Sorry. I'm a fan too, fuck you.
Awesome. Well, it was really easy. I think you know from returning to your characters. It's been, I've known Bruce forever and Lucy. My buddy is Rob Tappert. So it was really nice. It was like coming home to work with those, seeing people again, the same roles. We just kind of fit right in very quickly and tried to have as much fun as we could because usually that translates to entertainment for the audience.
Did you have any moments between you, Bruce, and Rob where you were like, this is eerie, we did this exact same thing, had this exact conversation 30 years ago?
Yes, we had a frightening number of those moments. All the same problems and concerns come up, you know, concerns for actors' safety, how can we make this as scary as possible? Is this good enough? Is this in the Evil Dead school of thought, or is it just a generic idea that doesn't belong in this specific thing? So we've had all these same conversations in every one of the Evil Dead films.
The same thing applied to Sam's car. Sam's 1973 Delta 88. The Delta that's been in every one of Sam's movies, including Quick and the Dead.
Are you referring?
That's a Western. By the way. How is it in Quick and the Dead? He had it stripped down to a chassis and built a wagon on top of it. That's how much he needs to have that goddamn car in all of these movies and in the show. We put that car on a boat and floated it to New Zealand. And I know it's a real car because I used to ride around in that car. That's Sam's family car from high school. And when you open the door, when the key was in the ignition, you always heard a... And it was feeble and weak in 1977. And I remember with Sam, the art department said, hey, you want to come and look at the car? We've tricked it out and we got it ready. And all I needed to do was open that door. And I heard, you know, oh my God, it's the same car. It's the same car. I'm too old to be in this car. I get it. How many decades do I need to be subjected to that car before I kill it with my bare hands?
Bruce, stay away from the classic. Don't touch it. You don't know where it is right now.
You're right, I don't know where it is.
I have to keep the car hidden from Bruce, because oftentimes Bruce is in the car when he gets hurt by me, for the benefit of the audience. I'll hit him with a stick, splash him with water, poke him with something, and he's in that car. So he started to realize, oh, I'll just take it out on Sam's car. I'll break a little piece off here, and I'll break a little piece off there.
If you can't kill Spider-Man, you kill Spider-Man's loved ones. I learned that from you, Sammy.
That, kids, are words to live by. Before we get out of here, man, I want to give it up for the cast and crew of Ash this evening.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the man who gives us more credibility, Kevin Smith.
We're big fans, Kevin. Great filmmaker. Love your work. Thank you for hosting us tonight.
I'm going to take this, we'll never have this moment again. It's always best if you're going to ask someone to ask them publicly to shame them into a yes. I'm going to make a movie in January called Mallrats 2. Bruce, will you be in it?
Hell yeah, I'll be in that
There's your panel, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for the cast.